Go ahead, do the intro, Debo.
Oh, God.
Matter
Go
of fact,
ahead, little bro. Go
let
ahead.
me
You
do
got
the
it, bro.
intro. Let me do the
Go
intro.
ahead, Tyler. Go
Bro,
ahead, brother.
it's mine, bro. You're not co-host. You're not
Now,
co-host.
take the L for today. Hello, y'all. Welcome to today's episode of Lunchroom Today Debates. I'm here with my co-hosts Matt and Wanny. How we doing today,
Yeah.
y'all?
Hey, we're
I'm
doing a
doing
lot better
exquisite.
now.
We're doing ecstatic, y'all. We're also here with the loser, Debo. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Debo.
Yeah, man. Not excited for this podcast, but we got to do it anyway. So
Gotta do what we gotta do, man. So,
yeah,
y'all, go ahead, Matt. Tell us what we're doing today. Tell us what we're talking about.
Hey, here's what we're gonna do. We wanted to stay up late for y'all, do a little
Mhm.
post game breakdown, post game reactions to this. Let's just call it a Heat massacre
Heat Massacre. How
in
much
Game
we win by?
7,
We won by like 23, something like that.
something like that. Let's just say
Something like that.
the Miami Heat came out with a report, and it said that they bought plane tickets to Denver before the game started, and it was never in doubt. Let's just put it that way.
Never was.
Um, We're gonna do a little post breakdown. We'll get into the finals talk, our predictions,
Yep.
and then we'll talk Boston and Lakers off season.
Yep.
All right.
sadly,
I'll be there no matter what.
yeah.
Oh, Mbappe.
Let's get into
All
it.
right.
First things first.
Mbappe.
First things first though.
He's a Laker as well. Mbappe's a Laker as well, guys.
First things first though. Tyler, I want to give you some credit for that jersey you're wearing.
Thank you.
I told you before the episode. Baseball jerseys are the best form of jersey.
Baseball jerseys are the best form of jersey, so I had to get the best team and the baseball form of jersey.
Bro, you gotta take that jersey off and burn it, man. I don't
Hey,
like
look.
it. And that hat.
And we got the hat. And look.
Yeah, you gotta take all that. Bro. Burn everything, bro. Burn everything heat in your closet right now and just burn it. Lie with the mask, like flick it.
That's crazy to say after today, Debo.
You should be butt ass naked.
I'm petty right now, bro.
Yeah.
I'm very petty right now. I'm very petty.
Hey, it's gonna
I
be
won't
on
lie.
fire.
I'm petty.
Go ahead. Losers first.
Losers first is crazy.
Oh, you want me to talk about the game?
I don't think you want to do that.
I'll talk about the game. I'll say my thoughts about it. Yeah, we sucked.
Mhm.
We were horrible. Tatum, I'm not gonna blame the loss on the refs or Tatum getting injured in the start of the game or Brock.
27 seconds in.
You said what?
27 seconds in, hurt his ankle.
Yeah, I'm not gonna blame
First possession.
those. I'm not gonna blame those factors on all about what happened. Bro, we just didn't come out. We just didn't come out firing. Of course, we went. I think it was 0 for 11 from 3 to start the game. Absolutely horrible. Our drop defense versus the Miami Heat shooters with those high pick and rolls did not work. Caleb Martin, story of the game. He balled out 26 points, 11 for 16 shooting. He had a lot of open looks on the perimeter, on the wing, especially in those pick and roll type of situations. And yeah, man, it's just a poor effort and overall. So
Hey guys, I want to tell the podcast this. Before the game started, about 2-3 hours before the game started, I went to the group chat and made a statement. I said Jason Tatum was going to come out with 14 points this game. Can someone stat check me?
I'm going in the archives right now.
I got it. He dropped 14 points.
14. Hey, and everyone knows I'm a big JB fan here. And man, I gotta say I'm disappointed in the man. 8 turnovers and a Game 7 elimination game.
Bro, and you know what's worse? All of them I saw happening before they happened.
You can
All
tell
of
he's out of
them.
control.
Oh yeah, it was bad, bro. It was bad, bro.
You can tell he was out of control. You can tell he
My
was
boy
trying
just
to
looked lost out there. You know, like when a polar bear is in Arlington, Texas? That's what Jaylen Brown looked like, just fucking lost, nigga.
That was
Didn't know where he was at, where he was going, what he was doing with the ball.
Can we talk about?
Just lost.
Look at that. Heat by 6. That was way. We did way more than that.
It's blurry, but you
It's
see it.
blurry. Look, Tatum's gonna have 14.
By 26.
He may have called it.
I called it.
It might be Weiler for a reason.
Might be Weiler and Heat and 7 for a reason, man. Hey, and I want y'all to pull up the lunchroom debates post right here. At the beginning of the playoffs, I said the Heat gonna make the finals or we're gonna win the championship.
I'm not doing that.
I'm still riding with that.
I'm not doing that.
You don't have to. I don't care.
Hey,
I'll do it myself, buddy. Yeah, I run this show now.
I run this shit.
I read this show. This is our show. This is our show. You're just a guest. Don't forget about it.
Damn.
You're just a guest.
Damn, he just
went.
went.
Hey, I want to remind my fellow co-hosts that we respect our guests on here.
No, we do, but
this is common of Dibo. He doesn't respect women. He doesn't respect fat
Oh,
people. He doesn't respect
me
gay
right now.
people.
I don't like you.
We've been over it. Debo's homophobic. Debo is a sexist. Debo is fatphobic.
Nah,
he's a racist. Wow.
No. These are fraudulent allegations.
Oh, this is defamation of my.
Why do you respect Matthew?
This is definitely well said, Debo.
This is defamation of my character, bro. Like this is not. It's not right. I don't know.
I'm making up words. Defamation.
Spell defamation.
Tyler. I want to ask you. Tyler, I want to ask you.
It's not, yo.
Hold on. I want to ask you, Tyler. I know you got the utmost confidence in the Heat. Rightfully so too. You guys got Jimmy. I would say right now, Spo's the best coach in the league.
He is, for sure.
I think he is. With all that being said, though, you had a 3-0 lead and it became 3-3. How nervous were you?
I'm not gonna lie. What was it? Sunday, I was nervous.
Well,
ask everyone.
After Game 6 too.
I took the day off of social media on Sunday. I wanted to wait out all the hate. And this morning I woke up real confident this morning. You can tell I was posting on my story.
I saw that.
I won tonight. And guess what? That's what confidence does for you. You gotta take a day to sit back and think. You could whimper, be a wimp. I took the loss like a man.
No, he didn't.
Not on
you just
Sunday,
gotta take it on your chin, let it slap him on the chin. You know what I mean?
No, not like that.
I let it slap me across my face a couple times.
No,
tapped it on the tongue and everything. That's all you gotta do.
Tongue and everything. But guess what? I swallowed at the end.
What?
Swallow. You gotta swallow it all up at the end. That's it.
It's about.
Resume.
It's about.
Rewind.
Oh, look at Debo calling timeout like John Mazzulla would.
Hey, call timeout like Jimmy Butler did. Timeout. But yeah, I was nervous. For sure. But I had faith in my boys. I knew 22 was going to take us there.
It might not have even been 22. That's the crazy thing. I don't know his number off the top of my head. Is that Caleb Martin's number?
I think it's 16. Yeah,
it might be 16. 16. They said it multiple times on the broadcast. I think Stan Van Gundy especially. I think Caleb Martin was your best player of the series.
Without a doubt. No, without a doubt.
Yeah, there's a good chance. There's a good argument to have around Caleb Martin.
Caleb Martin what did he average for the series? Like 23, 24?
Nah, it was like 18.
18. Damn, I exaggerated that hella.
Bro, but he was efficient as fuck, though.
He was efficient as fuck. He was timely as fuck.
Bro,
his baskets.
He was hitting every single shot, bro. I couldn't believe it, man.
Mm-hmm. Kyle Lowry had one of his better games of the series today.
Hey, it may not have shown on the box score, but that man was playing his ass off, and
he had a very good game today.
He got a lot of ass to play out there.
Come on, man. Wait, bro.
You caked up, double cheeked up, bro. What you gonna
lighten up, Debo? You act like your team just lost a game 7 or something.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Tyler, who was better comp, the Knicks or the Celtics?
The Knicks, bro. We wouldn't look. Only reason why the Celtics took us to 7 is because Jimmy Butler wanted to put us in the same Game 7 position.
We won 3. Oh my god!
I was saying Jimmy did this.
Who was sweating too?
Jimmy did this for the drama. Jimmy loves the drama.
What are y'all on right now?
If you really look at it, y'all really only won 1 game because 2 of those games were pity games, bro.
What are you?
It don't matter.
What?
2 of those games were pity games.
Bro, y'all talking nonsense, right? Bro, this is complete nonsense. I'm
Hey,
hearing.
who's in the finals right now?
Who's gonna lose the finals? Y'all are. Y'all lose, bro. Y'all losing to Denver easily, bro.
Hold up. Before we get into predictions for the finals, Debo, should Joe Mazzulla stay the coach of the Celtics for next season?
He has to.
I think he has to too.
You keep the consistency going. You gotta keep
Debo.
some type of continuity within your coaching staff.
I
I feel
agree.
like with this season, he obviously got a bad hand with the Udoka firing, Will Hardy going to the Jazz. So our head coach is gone, and our coaching staff was depleted. We basically had a bunch of like first year assistant coaches around as their coordinators. So with Mazzulla obviously being a first year head coach, he had a lot of growing pains to deal with. I feel like if we get more experienced vets in with our staff next year, I feel like he'll improve a lot. So
I agree. I also think that like the two teams we're seeing in the finals right now, their coaches have been able to build a chemistry with their rosters. Like Mike Malone has been the coach of the Nuggets for 4 or 5 years now, and he's been able to implement his system. The players have been able to get used to his system, and it's not like they're having to learn a new playbook every season. Whereas like for teams like the Suns and the Sixers now, like they're going to be learning their like second playbook in 3 years. I mean, the Clippers might have to do the same thing with Ty Lue, but it's like these teams that have continuity. Obviously, Spo has been coaching the Heat forever, and then Mike Malone with the Nuggets, like the chemistry pays off, and it's because chemistry is such a rarity nowadays in the NBA.
Yes, I agree with that.
that is true. Danny, what are your thoughts?
Let's see. Debo, if let's say a former Celtics coach was like, let's say there was a former Celtics coach available, I don't know, vocal cords ashy as hell, bald, has a son by the name of Austin. Would you want him back over Joseph?
Hell no.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
You know why.
I don't know why.
Why? He won y'all a championship.
he got y'all a championship, bro.
Remember, you watched it in 2008.
I did watch it in 08. I did. I did
When
watch
you're
it.
4 years old.
Absolutely.
But in all honesty, as a Laker fan, nothing brings me more joy than to see the Celtics lose. This was clearly one of the greatest nights that I've had in a long time watching basketball. I'm glad that we don't have to talk too much about the debacle that we witnessed a few weeks ago.
Don't worry, we'll get into it.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be here for that. Yeah, my computer's gonna die. Yeah, it's actually dying as soon as you guys bring up Lakers Nuggets. Yeah, that's
Actually, but you're actually scary. That's actually that's weak,
Nah,
man.
I'll be there. I'll defend my boys, even though they don't deserve it.
Don't worry. After Nuggets Lakers talk comes Lakers offseason moves.
No, I'll be there.
That's weak.
I'll be
Mbappe.
there. Mbappe. But no, the if you just think about it, bro, the Celtics didn't deserve to win this series. I don't give a fuck about that bullshit 4-0, 3-0 comeback, whatever it was, bro. But you go down to a team 3-0 and you want to goof off and act like retarded, bro, then you don't deserve
Hey,
it.
come on. Hey. Language, but yeah, continue.
Oh,
Okay. Act quite dumb, then you don't get to come back. You don't get to come back and you don't get to win the series. The fact that it went to 7 is
Ridiculous.
that's gross. That's very
Ridiculous.
did
gross.
you guys after game 6, did you watch Jalen Brunson go on to like the TNT crew after the game and have his interview?
Hell no.
Jalen Brunson?
I didn't even watch that.
Jalen Brown.
I promise you, no one cares about the Knicks that much, man.
No,
he said Jalen Brown.
I said Brunson. I meant Jalen Brown. My bad.
I did see him there, and they asked him something about like, "Oh, do you really believe what just happened?" And bro was just smiling.
Yeah. That was the interview. But he was getting up to leave, right? He daps up Shaq, daps up Ernie, and right before he daps up Chuck says this. He says, no team has ever come back from 3-0. Don't celebrate while it's only 3-3. And I feel like that might have been what the Celtics did.
They most definitely did.
Bro, I'd be happy too, though.
Oh, I would too, but job's not finished.
That's true. And I want to give Miami a ton of credit for bouncing back from that game 6. When Derek White he hit that game winning tip. to make it a 3-3 series. I feel like a lot of teams would have lied down the following game, would have given up, especially being on the road in a hostile environment like the Garden. And with the experience of this team, of course, with Jimmy Butler, Eric Spoelstra as the head coach, and a ton of like depth on their roster with Caleb being there, Kyle Lowry, even guys like Bam Adebayo and Caleb Martin too. Just guys that have been there before and they know how to get the job done, especially when the backs are against the wall. So for them to respond like that in tonight's game and to make a statement win like this, like blowing the Celtics out in their home court, hey, kudos to them. I give massive props.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
I wasn't talking about you.
I'm on the team. I'm on the team a little bit.
See, I actually like the Heat. I don't like you, Tyler.
No, Dibo.
See?
I saw Knicks Muse tweet this, and they said the Heat are your least favorite team to watch when they're playing against your team, but they're one of the best teams to watch when they're playing against anybody else.
No, I like watching the Heat regardless. I just don't like Tyler.
Good ball.
I just don't like Tyler.
Hey, that's okay. Because
we all agree to that.
Jaylen Brown is one of my favorite players, and Jason Tatum is too. But I don't like you, so I can't give you credit.
And we even. I'll take that. I'll take it.
But Jimmy's still better.
Dibo, you want to get into the Celtics offseason moves now or after?
Yeah. I'll do it immediately right now.
What you want to see?
Trade number 7. Yeah. Trade 7. He played his last game as a Celtic, and I'm not that sad about that. I won't be that sad if he leaves as well. Of course, Jaylen Brown. Quick look at his stats real quick. I think he went 8 for 26. No, 8 for 23.
Baller.
1 for 9 from 3.
Baller.
What was that? 8 for 23 you said?
Yeah, 8 for 23.
34%. 1 for 9 from 3.
So that's 11%.
11%.
And then he had 8 turnovers, 5 fouls. And then for all the geeks out there, the plus minus nerds, he had a negative 17. And that was the worst on the Celtics tonight. So, yeah.
No, that wasn't the worst. That wasn't the worst. There was one person with a worse plus minus.
Don't say
Matthew,
it.
your favorite player.
Don't say it.
Your favorite player, Matthew.
He was the second one.
That don't count, though. Most of that plus minus came when the other guy was on the court. You know who I'm talking about.
That's true.
Plus minus is such a bullshit stat.
Yeah, the minus.
Shout out Owen, though. Shout out.
Shout out Owen, but I agree that's a bullshit stat.
But yeah, about Jaylen Brown. But about Jaylen Brown tonight, that was generally one of the worst performances I've ever seen from an all-star caliber player in a playoff game. If you watched the game tonight like in full, he was probably at worst the second biggest reason why we lost this game. When the number one, the Batman, he goes down with an injury. Tatum, of course, the whole game he can't move at all. He even when he was getting his buckets in the paint, he was wincing a lot. Couldn't play defense as well at a high level. So as the Robin, right, as the number 2, what is your job?
To take over.
You step up, to step up, especially in an elimination game too. And what do you do? What did this man do?
He shit himself.
Careless turnovers, dumb heat checks with super early in the shot clock too. He took 3 or 4 of those today, bro.
They had a moment in the fourth. It was 5 minutes left. They had cut the lead down to 16. And I was like, okay, if they get a score in this possession, then they're putting some pressure at least on the Heat. This man, Jalen Brunson, brings up the ball, or Jaylen Brown, I don't know why I keep doing that, brings up the ball, takes a 30-foot three-pointer and hits the top of the rim.
Hey, let's talk about how Duncan Robinson had that man on LBs today. That man Duncan Robinson ripped him in the clutch situation.
Oh, shout out Duncan Robinson too, bro. Duncan Robinson, he was clutch this series. He went from being probably one of the worst contracts in the league to being an effective player this postseason run. So shout out to him.
And he had a great bounce back after that game 6 where he I'm gonna say he sold on that 3.
Bro. Man, I won't completely put the blame on Robinson.
I don't either. But he did miss the 3. But the way that he responded today was very impressive.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, salute. But yeah, so dumb turnovers, shot chucking, the inability to get past your mate, the primary defender to get to the bucket. You can't break down a zone. Bro, we tried running the offense through JB too because Tatum, of course, he was injured, but it just didn't work. And I feel like with the game 7, it showed a lot of his inefficiencies, a lot of weaknesses in his game with his ball. I can't say ball control. Pause.
Ball
Uh,
Ball handling.
ball handling, but dang, but his ability
He's
to
thinking too much.
dribble, his ability to dribble efficiently and to facilitate in as the primary option in an offense. Those are two of his biggest weaknesses right now, and that completely showed tonight.
So I say this then. You say let's trade Jaylen Brown as your offseason move, as their big move to make this a championship team, which I still think they are. But what package are you getting back that you say you can run it back with the same team minus Jaylen Brown? What package do you think you're getting that makes you a championship contender?
Look, if I'm Brad Stevens, I'm gonna get on the phone. I might have a nice glass of wine too on the side.
Red or white? Red or white?
Red, of course, red.
Okay, good man.
Red.
Good man.
Lovely,
Good man.
lovely.
Oh, red. And so I got the wine ball in my hand.
Bottle. Oh, it's
and-
over.
No. Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. Okay.
He getting finessed.
Yeah. So we about to call the Trailblazers. We about to call Portland.
No, don't do this.
We
Don't
gonna
do
call
this.
Portland. And here's what we're gonna do. We gonna be on the phone with them and be like, hey yo, we would like to trade Jaylen Brown for the 3rd overall pick, Anthony Simons,
Oh, I did not think you were going there.
and then who else? Who else?
That might be
Hey,
it,
no,
bro.
no, no,
That
no.
might be
The
it.
Blazers? No. Listen, the Blazers, they got this one dude on their team, bro. Fuck.
Number 0.
Yeah, he wears number 0. I think his name's like Damian Lillard.
That's
Get
not
him in
gonna
the package,
happen.
too.
They
When
want
you
Get him in
said
the package, too. Get
bro,
him in the
they're
package,
gonna win
too.
now. They're
Get him in
going.
the package,
They
too.
want, bro. They are still in win now mode.
I actually
Bro.
see. Hold on. Debo, I actually prefer that trade because if you said Dame, when you said Trailblazers, I thought you were gonna say Dame. That's the unrealistic trade. Trailblazers have already said that they're gonna try to move 3 to make a win now move. I think Jaylen Brown is a win now move for them.
I think so too, but I don't think it's a good move for the Celtics.
I don't either.
I don't
Y'all
think it's a
can
good
win
move
that.
for them. I got a better move for Boston.
No,
Brad
Danny.
Stevens, you get your no. It's not going where you think it's going.
Oh.
I promise you, it's not going where you think it's going. Brad Stevens, like Debo said, you get your glass of wine, right? You call up the Atlanta Hawks. My fault. And you say, I'll be on NBA Twitter. I'll be seeing some reports. You think I get number 11 for number 7? You think we can make something happen? Debo, how would you feel about
What
that?
do you think, bro?
How would you
I'll
feel
be,
about that?
bro, I'll be over the moon. I'll be over the moon if we got trade, but I don't know if it would actually happen.
It's a very viable option. Jaylen Brown he's not as
Hey,
good as Trae Young, but we don't
give
know
up
how
Jaylen.
the Atlanta Hawks organization feels about Trae Young anymore.
Yeah, give up Jaylen Brown and Brogdon.
Can I throw my hat in there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Brad Stevens is sipping that red wine. He says,
Right.
ooh, I got the best idea. We all know when you got a little bit tipsy, you get the best ideas. So he rings up the phone to a team in LA. Not the real team in LA, the second team in LA.
The
the
Lakers.
team
Talking about the JV squad? Talking about the JV team?
No, we all know what team I'm talking about. So let me finish.
Right, I got you. My fault.
The Clippers go and they say, hey, we've tried this Paul George Kawhi thing. Neither of them can stay healthy. Ty Lue looks like he has 1 foot out the door. And these stars are only getting older. So what if I offer Jaylen Brown for Terrence Mann and Paul George?
What the fuck? Oh.
Terrence
Mann is an enticing piece.
Bro, like straight up, no picks?
I think Celtics would have to throw a pick.
I think in all of these moves, the Celtics and the other team have to give up a pick. They have to move picks around. Whether you're talking to Portland.
Celtics would also probably have to give up another player in that. I would say probably like a Malcolm Brogdon.
I think Brogdon's gonna have to. Does Brogdon even have years on his contract? Isn't he a free agent?
I think he has one more. I might be wrong though. I might be wrong. That's just me guessing.
I think he has 1 year or 2. Let me see.
If he has a year, then yeah, he's a perfect trade piece.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he has 1 more year left.
Okay.
Actually, okay, so he becomes a free agent like 25.
Okay. So then, yeah. So one more year. One more year.
Player
Right.
option or team option?
Um,
Or
nah,
does he just have?
it's just he's a unrestricted.
Oh, he has 2. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so 2.
I would say. What? Hold on. As a Boston fan, do you like the Trey Young or the Paul George Terrence Mann trade more?
I feel like Trey Young because we get a true point guard, an actual facilitator, and who has like the scoring gravity to take the load off Tatum with his playmaking as well. Make Tatum become more of a scorer. So I feel like Trey would fit more.
I also think like Marcus Smart is who the Atlanta thought at the. I also think Marcus Smart is who the Atlanta thought they were getting with DeJounte Murray, like the perfect two guard who can defend and take the pressure off Trey Young on the defensive end, and just let Trey cook on the offensive end.
Wait, so Debo, would you move Marcus Smart to the 2 with that move?
Yeah,
You have to. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Who else is running the
Smart
2?
can play the 2 as well. So
But then that means Tatum's probably gonna have to run a lot more of the 4 because who's gonna fill Jaylen Brown's spot in the starting lineup? Derek White.
Derek White.
He's gonna be at the 3.
Brogdon.
Tatum's gonna have to play the 4.
That's true. I mean, no, not necessarily, because you could put Tatum at the 3 and then run double bigs like they did last
Yeah, they could. That's what they do anyway. That's what they do in closing time. It doesn't really matter what your starting group is. What your closing lineup is a lot more important.
Exactly. But it's interesting what they're going to do with Derek White, because Derek White was excellent when he was inserted as the starting 2.
Hey, I almost have to. Derek White, man.
You got to tip the cap to him, Tyler.
Hey, where's he from?
Hey, he went to Legend, Colorado native Legend.
Colorado's finest, by the way.
Skull Buffs, baby.
He did not go to Boulder, Debo.
He went to Colorado Springs.
Oh, he went to Oh, it's different. What fault?
Skull Mountain Lions.
Skull Mountain Lions is crazy.
I mean, yeah, that works. I guess. Yeah, my fault. Yeah.
Come on, you go the dude who literally saved your season in Game 6, and you don't even know where he went to college.
No, I
got one of the best Boston sports moments ever.
I got the 2 mixed up. My fault, man.
You're chilling, Debo.
One of D1, one of D2. Hey, shout out Jaden Washington and Shreve Jadon if y'all watching this. My seed, the Springs niggas, my boy. Mm-hmm. They not watching that.
You should put
let's move on to the real conference.
Put them on, bro. Put them on.
Hey, I'm gonna put them on. I'm telling them I shout them out. They gonna watch the episode.
Let's move on to the real conference final series, bro. I'm ready to talk about it. I'm ready for closure.
All right, Danny, get us started then.
So yeah, the Los Angeles Lakers defeated the Denver Nuggets in a 4-game sweep.
All right, I should have known that was gonna happen. Let me start it off for you. The LA Lakers got spanked on their ass.
That's not how I remember it.
Pause.
4-0 swept by the Denver Nuggets.
That's not how I remember it.
That's how it went down though, and that's an important thing.
No, but I think that you're losing your marbles, Matthew. I don't think that's what happened.
Well, then let's talk about it the way that I'm losing my marbles.
Okay, let's talk about it
that world that the Nuggets swept the Lakers.
Let's live in that world, okay?
Where Jamal Murray had a bubble Murray series, even though it's healthy Murray, as he says. Where Jokic was hitting, what do they call it? The Sambo Shuffle?
The Somber Shuffle. Shout out Serbia.
Sambor Shuffle.
Where he was hitting that, where AG was playing like the best role player in the league, where Michael Porter Jr. was having career high in assists, and they swept the Los Angeles Lakers. And Mike Malone outcoached the fuck out of Darvin Ham. Let's talk about that. I want to hear your thoughts.
Hey, I was talking to Daniel about this earlier. If Darvin Ham would have called a timeout on at least 1 or 2 of those 10-0 runs that the Nuggets went on, the Lakers are not getting swept like that.
Look, so game one, we didn't deserve to win that shit. Here's the thing with the Lakers, the whole series. We didn't play consistently a full good game of basketball. That didn't happen at all the whole series. We didn't deserve to win when you think about it that way. Game 1, we played horrible the first half. We came back in the second half.
Yeah.
And we didn't do enough. Game 2, we played fantastic in the first half, but like shit in the second half, especially that fourth quarter. And we just let Jamal Murray turn into prime Steph Curry. Game 3, again, played poorly we played pretty poor like all around. We didn't play like great in either half. We just played like mediocre. And then game 4 we played great in the first half, fell apart in the second half. I just think that when you do that, you're just especially a team like the Nuggets, we've seen that they have the capabilities of always coming back, like ever since the bubble. If you don't put them away, they're gonna keep coming back. I think that our best chances to win games was game 2. We had a fantastic chance, but like Tyler said, like the end of that third quarter was when we lost that game. When like 3 minutes left, the Nuggets went on like an 11-0 run. Darvin Ham didn't call timeout. And then our other best chance was game 3 when Jokic had a very rare off night. It wasn't even because of like defense or nothing. Jokic just had a very rare off night.
He was inaggressive.
And we couldn't close it out. We just didn't close it out well enough. And hats off to the Nuggets, man. I know that, being in Colorado, you hear about the Nuggets more than anybody else does. I don't understand the whole people trying to say we didn't know how good the Nuggets were. How can you not know how good the Nuggets
I
were?
agree.
How can you not know how good Nikola Jokic was? He's a two-time MVP.
That's the thing that's been pissing me off lately is Bleacher Report, House of Highlights, NBA. They're all posting these crazy like Jokic highlights, and it's like, bro, like
where was this when he was winning MVPs?
Yeah,
where was this when he was winning MVPs? You have people thinking
where's
Jokic was a trash player.
Like, why did the dude have to make it to the finals for us to like respect this and show him like that kind of love? Like he's been doing this his whole career.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, and I know if my Nuggets friends will listen to this, they're gonna cream when I say this, but
we might be saying the same thing.
Jokic has shown that he can outperform Embiid
What the fuck?
times in the playoffs.
Yeah, we've known that
We've
for
known
like
this though.
yeah,
We've
dude.
known this.
Hey,
That's
but
not what
guess
I was
what?
gonna say.
I'm gonna finally admit it.
Good job, buddy. Good job. You finally understand.
Hold on. When we're saying our last comments about the Nuggets, I'll say something because I think it's a bit of a hot take, but I also don't think it's that hot of a take. But I did bring something. To the pod. I wanted us to play one of the most topical things right now. Jamal Murray, as we said, is having one of the best playoff runs yet again. And so a lot of people are moving him up in their top 15, top 20 players or whatever. So I brought some names.
Wait, top 20 players? People are doing that?
People are doing that. So I brought some names. I want to see if you're taking Jamal Murray over them.
Okay.
All right. We'll call this segment Jamal Murray or ... Jamal Murray or Tyrese Halliburton.
Halliburton.
I'll take Tyrese.
I think, look, I love Tyrese Halliburton as a player, and I get being in the playoffs is very important, and what you do in the playoffs is really more important than what you do. But I think Tyrese Halliburton is a fantastic player. He's a better playmaker than Jamal, and I don't think that there's that much of a downgrade in scoring.
And a better defender.
And he's a better defender. I'm going to have to go Tyrese.
That defender is a stretch.
What do you mean? Jamal Murray is not a great defender.
But Tyrese is an overrated defender, in my opinion.
Well, even if he's overrated, I still believe he's better than Jamal Murray.
He is.
So there you have it then. So he's better than him.
I'm thinking Jamal. I think the playoff moments matter. I really do.
I do as well. I just think that, we haven't seen Tyrese in the playoffs, so it's not fair to him to say whether he would be better or worse in the playoffs, but he doesn't strike me as a dude who'd be like shitty in the playoffs.
He doesn't, but I can only go off what I see at the end of the day.
That's
and
fair.
I agree with you. I don't think Tyrese would be bad. There's another guy on this list, Shea, who we'll get into. I don't think Shea would be bad in the playoffs either, but like I still think that I still think the playoffs matter. I think that the fact that this isn't only the first time we're seeing it, it's the second time we're seeing Jamal have outstanding games, taking over the fourth, being better than a 2-time MVP. He was better than Jokic in that series. I think we can agree.
I can agree with that statement, yeah.
So I think I have to go with Jamal, just from that point of view.
That's fair then.
All right, next player. I already got into him. Jamal or Shea?
Shea.
Easily Shea.
There's no debate in this one.
Shea for me.
But we needed Owen for this one, bro. He said this man said Jamal. Do you guys remember the episode, right? A few episodes back, he said out of like nowhere too. It's like, oh yeah, if you put Jamal Murray in that same position, on the Thunder, then he would average 30 points a game, just like Shea's doing.
Bro, give Shea Jokic. Give Shea the Nuggets team where he's not getting doubled every play in the fourth.
Bro, he's not. Didn't Shea make first team All NBA?
No.
I think he did, yeah.
He made first
No,
team.
Luka made it over him. He was second.
No, it was Luka, Shea, Tatum, Embiid, and
Jokic. Or
and
no.
Jokic. No, not Jokic. Giannis. I
So
think
yeah,
Shea
he was
made
second
first
team.
team All
He was
NBA.
second team.
Jamal Murray is never gonna be a first team All NBA player.
Shea wasn't first team, was he? Was he really?
Shea was
Where's
first team.
first team?
Wow. Shout
Who was
out
first
Shea,
team?
man. Shout out Shea.
Shout out Shea, a real Madrista. You know
Hey.
what's going on.
Hey, oh, I did see that picture with him and Vinny
Madrista. You know what's
and
going on.
Eder. Debo. Or no, excuse me. Jamal Murray or Jaylen Brown?
Oh, that's the next one we're doing?
Yep.
Damn it. I'm gonna have to go with Jamal.
That's a tough one. See, I told you I was bringing good names to this.
Yeah,
That is a tough one. I'm gonna go Jamal.
I'm gonna go Jamal as well.
Based off of what we just seen, Jamal Murray not stinking it up like that.
like on paper, it should be Jalen by like a decent margin.
I think recency bias is picking Jamal.
Yeah, recency bias is making us pick Jamal.
Yeah,
but I still think
I think JB.
The battle of the second option.
When it comes to when it comes to being effective as a second option, I would take Jamal.
I would too. I think.
I would also take Jamal if I had to pick one to be my first option. I'd pick Jamal.
Well, okay, but when you look at Jokic and Murray, right, they play so well off each other, especially in the pick and roll. The 2-man game, the give and go, the high screen and roll, like they just have that connection to where the Nuggets offense is very consistent. It's free flowing, and we've seen that over the past few years, right? When they're both healthy, them consistently being an elite offense year after year. With the Jays, we've seen over time that they're not the best compatible. We know that they've had a lot of team success, going to multiple Eastern Conference Finals over the years, but when you actually look at like the Celtics offense at times, it gets stagnant, and part of the reason is because the majority of the time it's just, oh, Jaylen Brown, you get your shot off, Jason Tatum, you get your shot off, and just take turns instead of actually like playing with one another.
But I also think that goes to Jamal Murray's case, for how he can be better than Jaylen Brown is just because Jamal Murray, although it's probably more obvious that he's a number 2 than it is for Jaylen Brown, I think Jamal Murray has been more accepting of that role. Where
exactly.
he's like,
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, I think he's been more accepting and he's been more willing to take on that second role, understanding that not every night is his night, but when it is his night, he's going to have his opportunity. Whereas Jaylen Brown, I think it's almost like he's almost competing with Jason Tatum on a nightly basis.
He wants his shots just as much as Jason Tatum does.
Oh my God. I don't know why this dude look, every time we've had this conversation so many times in the group chat, more times than I can count. I see it all the time on the internet. Jaylen Brown is better than Jason Tatum. What the fuck is he better than him at on the basketball court? He does legit nothing better than him on the basketball court.
Tyler, defend yourself. You're one of those.
He's not a better scorer. He's not a better scorer.
Recency bias, I can't.
It's not even recency bias, bro. This is something that has been going on for ages. He's not a better scorer. He's clearly not the better dribbler or ball handler. Jason Tatum's the better playmaker. Jason Tatum is the better defender. Jason Tatum is better at legit every other spot on the basketball court than Jaylen Brown. How can you sit up here with a straight face and say, yeah, he's better than him just because Jaylen Brown had 23 one game where Tatum had like 14?
Wait. I'm gonna say this. Bro, name one memorable game in Jaylen Brown's playoff career compared to Jason Tatum. Name one game.
Didn't he have 40 against the Hawks in one game?
First round? We're talking first round? Against the 7th seed?
You can't do it.
He's getting guarded by who?
Where is getting guarded by who?
Didn't they?
Trae Young?
They just lost to the AC, didn't they?
That's different. That's different. That AC is different.
One team was ass. One team was ass.
Hold up. This is one thing that I'm happy you pointed out, Danny. and I don't think enough people realize this. Jason Tatum is the better defender, and it's not even close.
It's
I
not.
remember
We know this.
Game 4.
He's 6'10". And a longer wingspan.
No,
He
no,
should-
but
Okay, and then Jalen Brown's like what 6'6", 6'7"?
But people assume that Jalen Brown is like Jalen Brown came into the league, and no doubt he was one of the better defenders, one of the better young two-way players in the league. But his defense has significantly dropped off, and it was to the point where I don't know if you guys were watching Game 4, but Game 4 is when the Celtics started to turn the series around, especially in that second half. They came out in that second half of Game 4. They started to turn it around, and Stan Van Gundy started saying stuff like, they got to try to get Jalen Brown on the switch and attack him. Like, he was saying that Heat's best form of offense would be to go at Jalen Brown. That's how much of a liability he has become on the defensive end.
Hey, and that's exactly why Jimmy Butler kept looking for that switch.
Hey, that's exactly.
Jimmy Butler was hunting him this whole entire series. He's been trying to hunt him.
Hey,
Yeah, because like he's mediocre. Well, when he tries, he's like,
yeah.
well, he's acceptable as an on-ball defender, but he's inconsistent defending on ball. Off the ball, he's horrible at times, and we've seen that too, like time and time again. I know we remember during the Sixers series at the end of the game where Harden hit that game winner, who left him open in the corner.
But you also have to realize
He went to double Embiid.
he was the one.
But yeah, when we were up by
Listen,
2, and we were up by 2, and we didn't want to take a 3. And we didn't want to allow a 3, and what happened? We allowed the 3. Harden made the shot.
Who was guarding Harden when he had those bad games?
Marcus Smart, Derek White.
No, it was
Real.
Jalen Brown. It was Jalen Brown that was.
To be fair, Celtics never have a primary defender.
No,
They're
They've been
all-
having Tatum on Butler.
we like to
recently.
switch a lot.
Celtics are one of the most switch-heavy teams in the league.
Yeah, we like to switch a lot. So
All right, back to where we were. Jamal Murray or Trae Young?
Trae Young.
Trae Young easily. Owen, I do not understand why you pick Jamal over Trae Young.
I think it's
at least think it's
Trae
like a
Young. I
debate.
think it's Trae Young, but I think the gap got smaller this postseason.
No, it didn't.
Jamal or Jalen Brunson?
Ooh.
Jalen
Brunson.
I take Brunson. I take
I
Brunson.
experienced it firsthand. That man Jalen Brunson is an issue.
No,
I say
Brunson's
Brunson.
nice.
I say Brunson for this simple fact. You look at the numbers. Jalen Brunson is doing the exact same thing with one as a one option, and two with Julius Randle and RJ as his 2 and 3.
Two shitty players. Yeah,
Yes,
that's impressive.
with limited shooting and floor spacing.
Against a very good defensive team in the Heat.
Look, you can't throw a double at him. He's just gonna find the open man.
Exactly.
Can't go under the screens. He's just gonna shoot it. Can't go over the screens. He's gonna beat you. Like it was. Even Jimmy was struggling to guard him. He's gonna draw the foul if you play too close to him. Like
he's special. He's special. Let's
And
just
look, even though Brunson's smaller than Murray, I'd say he's not. I'd say he's less of a liability than Murray on the defensive end.
Oh, bro, Brunson's problems on defense aren't for a lack of effort. It is a lack of size.
It's just size, and there's nothing you can do about it at this
It's
point.
not,
Like,
90s.
As far as effort and playing hard, you can't fault him at all.
watch Jamal Murray just turn into like prime Gary Payton in the finals, and we all look stupid.
It's bound to happen. Jamal or DeJounte Murray?
Jamal.
Damn, Jamal.
I love DeJounte though, but I'll take
hey,
Jamal.
y'all know
DeJounte had a disappointing year. I can't lie.
Oh yeah.
I think they just have to get used to each other.
Chemistry. Hopefully another year of Quinn Snyder will help.
I don't think Quinn Snyder is the coach for the job though,
How is he not the coach for the job?
because he
I
fucking
think he's better. I
sucks.
think he's better
How
than
does Quinn Snyder suck?
When has Quinn Snyder ever been like a very good head coach in the NBA?
You didn't.
Not
know
even
this
in Utah.
in Utah?
Not even Utah. His defensive schemes were very shitty. Granted.
What? Bro,
Listen. I know that they were not a very good defensive team. I know they weren't like that like in that way.
They
They were
didn't have the
still very
players.
poor defensively. They were still very poor defensively. It seemed like everything they tried didn't work. At some point, you have to stop saying it's the players. At some point, it can't
I
always
don't
be the
know.
players.
I don't know. I
It
mean,
can't
think
always
about
be
this
the
way.
players.
Think about it this way though. Donovan Mitchell just had who in the playoffs? Donovan Mitchell just had Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. Lost in 5 to the Knicks.
Yeah.
With Quinn Snyder, it was Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. At least they were making it like past the first round.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
I think
sometimes.
almost every year, didn't they? Almost every year they do.
No. Let me see. They beat Russ that one year.
They beat the Thunder. They beat I can't remember who they beat, but they lost to the Clippers in the second round the year that the Suns made it to the finals.
Oh, they
And
beat
then
the
in the
Memphis.
bubble,
They beat the
they
Memphis.
lost. In the bubble, they choked that 3-1 lead.
They did. They did. Well said. Good memory.
I mean, come on, bro. Any coach that chokes a 3-1 lead, I instantly lose respect for. I lose a lot of respect for you if you do some
Would
shit
you have
like that.
lost respect for Spo if he blew a 3-0 lead?
No, because he's the
Nah,
GOAT.
actually, he's Teflon, bro.
With Teflon.
Spo
He's the
Teflon.
GOAT.
All right.
Bro,
All right.
Spo one of the only 3 coaches in the entire league that's like Teflon. It's him, Pop, and Kerr.
Darvin Ham.
No.
Is Ty Lue in there?
Hell
No.
They
Done.
finna fire that nigga. Oh,
Doc-
my
is
fault.
Doc-
My
is
fault.
Doc in
They
there?
I don't think Ty
finna
Lue's to blame
fire
for the
him.
Clip- I don't think Ty Lue's to blame for Clipper struggles.
Is my boy
But
Doc
that's
in there?
that's not what we're
That's
talking
Kerr,
about.
Matthew.
Jamal Murray or James Harden?
Jamal. At this point in their careers, I'll take Jamal.
At this point, I'm taking Jamal.
Jamal for me.
Murray as
Because
well.
we've seen sparks, flashbacks of prime
Yeah.
James, but you can't count on him.
Oh my God. It looks so much harder for James Harden to score now. It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul. It looks so much harder for him to score.
Jamal or De'Aaron Fox?
Fox.
Oh, he said Fox? Oh, yeah, I'm taking Fox.
Taking Fox too.
That was the last name.
I got some names. I had a few names on my list.
Who you got?
Let me open up the Pornhub, close that app, notes. All right. What?
Jamal or Zach LaVine?
What?
Jamal.
They're not in the
Jamal.
same. They don't play the same position.
Jamal.
So Jamal and Jaylen Brown don't play the same position.
Oh, that's true.
I just had a bunch of like players in terms of like at his position to see where he would be listed at his own position.
Okay.
So is Jamal Murray better than Steph Curry?
No.
No.
Is Jamal Murray better than Luka?
No.
Not better than Dame, not better than Shea, not better than De'Aaron. That's 5 right there. Keep going. Now, is he better than Ja after all this stuff?
I'd still take Ja.
If you're a franchise right now, let's say ultra rare 2K, you're in a fantasy draft, but let's just say you're like it's a fantasy draft in real life. So a real draft, not fantasy draft. Are you taking Jamal or Ja?
Ja.
Without a doubt.
I'm taking Ja easily.
Where did Daniel go?
I think I'm taking Jamal.
You would take Jamal.
Ja is the way better player.
I-
Ja is the way better player. I think Ja's the better player.
Give
but
me his issues. I can fix Ja.
you think Ja would thrive in a
I can
locker room
fix it.
ran by you? Are you
Bro,
crazy?
I would treat Ja like David Stern treated AI back in the day.
I treat Ja like a Make-A-Wish kid.
Nah.
Bro, I would treat
Ja-
Ja like he was on Beyond Scared Straight.
Really, you
Easy.
got to wake up at 4 a.m. every day.
Apparently that's
You
what
gotta
Adam
make
Silver
your
did and it
bed.
didn't work.
You gotta get
Isn't
your
that what Adam Silver
cornbread.
did and it didn't work?
Nah, bro. Nah,
No.
bro. It's
Well,
this
we gave
It
him a
wasn't
slap on
scared
the
straight.
wrist.
It was not scared
We
straight.
gave him a slap on the wrist.
Jamal or
Teeny-weeny.
Jamal or LaMelo Ball?
LaMelo.
Ooh.
I'm taking Jamal. Come on now.
Like right now, or what we think can he
Either
can
or, I'm taking Jamal.
What?
I'm taking
I think
I'm
LaMelo can end up being like an All NBA player.
first team.
No,
He tends to be a first teamer.
I don't think he'll ever be a top 5 player in the NBA.
I think Jamal's better on the defensive end. I'll say that.
There's a lot. I
First-
think
me
LaMelo
too.
Ball is one of the worst defenders in the NBA. That's not an
I do
accomplishment.
too. I also think Jamal has better 3-point shooting. Now I do think LaMelo is way better in the open court and playmaking. But
LaMelo's potential is crazy. I remember him at Chino Hills, man.
yeah,
Our boy.
it also I don't know. I feel like it's hard if we don't have a team around them. Like if we don't know what team we're getting around them.
Yeah.
So
Are we getting the Nuggets or are we getting the Hornets? Which team? Are we getting the Nuggets or are we getting the Hornets?
I mean, either or, they're probably doing the same.
Yeah, LaMelo's going to be
They're in the
Laker by
Hornets.
the
If
end
they're
of
in the
his career.
Hornets, I think Nuggets would be worse with LaMelo. I'll say that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think because he does the same type of shit that Jokic tried to do. He's too ball predominant
Mm-hmm.
when Jamal Murray can play off the ball a little bit more than he can.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I think LaMelo, I think primary ball handler.
I think that it's mainly based off of situation as well, but I think that's just his game anyway.
Jamal, this might be a tougher one. Jamal or Mikal Bridges?
What the fuck? That's not tough at all, Jamal.
Damn.
How the hell was that gonna be tough?
Because Debo's thinking Mikal Bridges right now.
Are you serious?
Oh,
I'm taking Jamal.
dang.
That wasn't tough at all. I'll take Jamal Murray right now.
Damn.
Who are you taking?
I would take Jamal.
I'm taking Jamal.
Would Weiler like to speak? Or Tyler would like to speak? No. All right.
I guess not.
All right, pal.
Jamal or Darius Garland?
Jamal. We saw Darius Garland, and he was terrible in these playoffs.
All right, let's get back to the series though.
We going to the NBA Finals preview?
No, we didn't talk about Lakers.
Oh, we did. Damn.
We didn't talk about Lakers. LeBron said he might call it quits. Do we think it's gonna happen?
Hell no.
Did you see his Instagram story today?
Yeah, he was reminiscing. He was reminiscing about himself. He's not retiring without a farewell tour. You have to know LeBron James at this point. That last game in Cleveland, that's gonna feed families though, I'm not gonna lie.
Bro. Yes. Oh, come on, Matt. Yeah, man. I think MJ had a retirement tour, of course. Kobe had a retirement tour. You remember that? Come on. So I'm thinking about like the top 10 right now. Out of all the retired players, right? Who didn't get a retirement tour? Out of that list.
All of them did. The most recent one, D Wade had his tour.
Yeah.
Even though he's not in the top 10, he's the most like recent all-time great.
Dirk wasn't top 10, but Dirk definitely had his farewell tour.
Dirk had his tour, yeah.
Dirk didn't say he was retiring, and he had a farewell tour. Everybody knew
because it was bad.
Nah, yeah, it was obvious. He couldn't move anymore.
It was bad.
I'm trying to think. I mean, did Shaq have a farewell tour? Shaq, when he was just team hopping, was basically a farewell tour.
Nah, he ain't have an official one. He was on the Celtics for 1 year. He was old. Not gonna lie, he was fat too, slow.
That's
not the same Shaq.
He just showed up to a press conference one day and retired.
Yeah.
Showed up to a press conference.
Tim Duncan had a retirement tour.
Tim Duncan just retired out of nowhere.
I remember that too. He was like,
just called it quits.
Yeah, I saw on ESPN the headline was like, Tim Duncan retires after 18-year career. I was like, yo, what? It came out of nowhere too.
So Danny, what's the Lakers offseason look like?
Oh no, let's talk about LeBron a little bit more. Come on.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we got tons of time about LeBron.
Fair.
Man, yo, the retirement tour, when that happens, which unfortunately is gonna happen soon, it's gonna be beautiful.
It's gonna make me cry.
We're gonna cry. We're gonna cry a lot too.
We will.
It's gonna be mad propaganda too. Probably being led by Danny here.
Need that. I'll be there no matter what.
I call being vice president.
I'll be there no matter what behind my king.
But hey, we're gonna spread all the good times, good memories, and we're gonna, the documentary is gonna come out obviously too, and it's gonna be probably 10 times as more based on narratives in The Last Dance. So
the thing with LeBron that I think that I know that Matt is against legacy talk, but I think that this should just be said right now. The thing with LeBron, recently in the NBA, we've had a lot more parity in terms of finals appearances and who's getting there and who's making what and who's making the playoffs and who's going deeper. This motherfucker ran a conference no matter what team, no matter who was on his team. This dude ran a conference for 10 or 11 straight years.
Wasn't it 8 straight years in the finals?
He went 8 straight finals, and he went to 10 straight conference finals or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because he lost in the conference finals a few times. That's ridiculous. We're probably never going to see that again. One dude running through the same conference. People, he only played one first team All NBA. One man ran through a
Oh,
conference
stop
for
that.
10 straight years, and nobody could do anything about it.
Hey
That's not
man,
normal.
Hey, and it wasn't teams couldn't do anything about it. Teams were like, there were reports from the Raptors and the Celtics, like they damn near feared LeBron. Like
Oh yeah,
we know Toronto feel LeBron.
Toronto feared LeBron.
LeBron
Toronto
told,
had to. Toronto had to be scared of LeBron.
bro, LeBron told was a serious thing.
Oh yeah,
Man, I remember this man, DeMar DeRozan. He said, I think it was after they got swept right in 2018. He said that like, hey, if he had a guy like LeBron, we would have beat them. I'm like, bro, what?
that's so shameless.
Bro, that was bad. Like, I love DeMar, but dang, bro, you can't say that.
I'm gonna say
The
this.
one-
I'm gonna say this. Danny mentioned it. I don't do GOAT talk. Stupidest talk in the world. It's a waste of
Lame.
breath.
You're
But
lame.
LeBron is my GOAT. LeBron is my GOAT. And with
For
that being
real.
said, he's I think it's a consensus. He's not top 5 anymore.
In the world, like right now,
Yeah.
probably not. Yeah,
I don't think he's top 5 anymore, but I think he can still be the best player on the championship team. And a lot of people are pointing to this series, and it's like a lot of people are quick to forget that LeBron James damn near was about to sit out the rest of the season. Like LeBron James was about to have surgery on his ankle, surgery on his foot. He went to the LeBron James of feet, as they say. One dude told him he didn't need surgery, and he continued playing. But I mean, to anybody who's played any sort of competitive sports, they know that ankle injuries and foot injuries are serious, and those linger. Those don't go away quick. So it's like the fact that he was putting a 40 back-to-back series, and like he still looked good. He still looked good, I thought. I thought he didn't look like playoff LeBron, but I thought he still looked good. And I think that depending on what happens with this Lakers offseason, I think things could look good for them next year.
I think we have to look at it as LeBron's streak of All NBA appearances is probably going to have to end if he wants to play competitive basketball in the playoffs. Because for the next season, he's going to be back. LeBron James is going to play basketball next
I
year.
agree.
It's going to happen.
I agree.
100% for sure.
LeBron James will not play 65 games next year. That
See, but
also
that's-
won't happen.
But that's the thing. That's the thing is that I thought that would be the case when they first got AD. I thought when they first got AD, it was like, oh, we're bringing AD in. AD's going to carry us in the regular season where LeBron can kind of coast. He can sit out. He can load manage. And then once playoff comes, LeBron can turn it on and can give his 100%. But what we've seen since AD has gone here is like AD gets hurt. Then you guys are battling around the play-in spot. Then you guys have to fight to get in. And then it's like LeBron James is damn near playing must-win games in the regular season.
I agree with that, but this season I think AD showed that he can do it. If you watch the Lakers this season, LeBron was out up until like the last 2 weeks of the season. He came back against the Bulls when we had about like 11 games left. Just randomly, like one day, just woke up and said, "I'm gonna play today."
Game that they got blown out too.
We got blown out like crazy. Pat Bev hit the too small. I thought the season was over. Yeah, whatever. But AD was legit our best player this regular season. After he came back from injury, I was very surprised and I was very happy to see, and it was very encouraging. Anthony Davis didn't suffer a serious injury from after he came back. He came back before the All-Star break, and he played almost every game after that.
From when he came back after that Jokic injury, where he banged his leg on Jokic.
He didn't suffer another serious injury. Obviously, he's the first dude I've ever seen to sprain his ankle in the air, which was something I'd never seen before. But he came back after that, and he didn't miss a single game. He was fantastic. He had his slip ups, but he's fantastic. He missed like maybe 1 or 2 games due to like rest because the Lakers had to force him to sit out. He was great. He played those games. He was our best player on offense, and he was our best player on defense. I think he's shown that he can eventually take the reins, but he's going to need a lot more help.
It might have been last.
Meaning he's once LeBron leaves, he's going to need a lot more than what we have.
The last couple episodes, I've been dropping my hints about awards, right? I think it was an episode or two ago. I said the NBA Hustle Award, one of my favorite awards because you know how I play.
Yeah.
I thought Kevon Looney was a lock to win it for next year. If AD plays over 60 games, I think he's a lock to win Depoy.
Oh, for sure. The fact that Anthony Davis is probably of our like what we've been able to like watch and understand.
Yeah.
It's between Anthony Davis and Giannis for the best defenders that we've probably seen and like been able to maybe Kawhi.
I was about to say Kawhi.
It
Kawhi.
is-
Oh, don't forget about
would-
Draymond. Don't forget about Draymond too.
Don't forget
I
about
think-
Draymond.
Okay, so AD is in the top 5, like no doubt.
Draymond
fact
has to
that-
be there because he revolutionized the game for a period.
For sure. But the fact that Anthony Davis could potentially walk away from his career without a defensive player of the year that's sad. One of the best defensive players that we've ever seen is probably going to end up retiring without a D-boy.
But you can't even say it's lack of voter, like it's the voters' fault or the voters sold him.
It's a lack of playtime.
Because I mean, if you want to talk about the voters selling somebody, there's another dude in LA that got sold by the voters for not
Real.
winning a depoy.
Real.
But I mean, it's literally just a games played thing with Anthony Davis at this point.
If he can get to 65, I think he'll get D-boy next year.
I agree. I think 60-65 is the sweet spot for him.
I think you'd have to play 65, no?
I think so. How many?
Yeah.
No. How many
Now
did Jaren play? Jaren didn't play 65.
They didn't do it for this season. They implemented it for next
He
year.
starts next year.
Fair.
But AD played more games and more minutes than Jaren Jackson Jr. this season and didn't win the Defensive Player of the Year.
Also, didn't make an All-Star game.
Also, I was surprised he didn't make All-Star. Y'all remember what AD was doing in like November and December?
Well,
Nah,
He
Jaren
was
made
doing
All-Star.
like Player of the
game.
Month, Player of the
He was
Week.
on a tear, man. Yeah.
Wasn't that when he had the absurd game against the Wizards? Like a 50-20 game against the Wizards?
Yeah, when he had that, it was like 55 and like 20 or some shit.
That's ridiculous.
And then he did it the next night against the Suns and we lost. Remember that Pat Bev game when he shoved?
Was that when Russ rocked the baby?
Yeah, Russ
Mhm.
rocked the baby. Ayton got shoved by Pat Bev for standing over Reeves. That was a crazy night. That was a good night, even though we lost. But
Oh, wait. Was that the night when Pat Bev pushed the fuck out of DeAndre Ayton?
yeah,
Classic Pat Bev.
classic Pat Bev,
Always pushing a Phoenix Sun when they're not looking.
as he should.
If you know, you know.
But if we wanted to talk about Lakers offseason,
Yeah.
I've got the keys. I've got the keys.
Let's hear it.
To be honest, there's about 3 ways that the Lakers can go, and there's 2 that are viable. The first one is the one that Bleacher Report and ESPN and all these big mainstream people want to see. It's the Kyrie wave. Kyrie is probably not going to be a Laker.
I don't like
I've
it.
accepted it.
That move.
I would love it, but it's not going to happen. Kyrie Irving will not be a Los Angeles Laker. He's going to re-sign for Dallas and get the $215 for 4 years or whatever it is. He's going to be a Maverick for the foreseeable future. So we can stop talking about Kyrie. The next option is bring back D'Angelo, which will probably happen. You get to match Reeves, you get to match Rui, and then you got to fill out other pieces. You got to get another big. The Lakers won the championship in 2020 is because they had big man depth that could have AD play the 4, and he could be more of a roamer instead of having to be the best player on defense and be the best player on offense, which is too taxing for someone with his injury history.
Shout out Dwight.
You got to look at shout out JaVale, shout out Dwight. You got to look at maybe if Dwight Howard wants to come back from
Hold on. Shout out Tristan. Wasn't Tristan perfect from the field in game 4?
No, he missed a layup over Jamal Murray.
He had good minutes though.
He had great minutes.
Yeah,
man.
he had a
Tristan
good
wants
5
to come
minutes.
back- If Tristan wants to come back, Tristan, I think he could get a vet minimum. I liked seeing Tristan. He was a good bench guy
He
too.
was fun. I actually enjoyed seeing him on the bench.
I
Bringing
enjoyed
minutes like
seeing
your
him.
third, like the third center on the depth chart.
Okay.
Fuck it.
He
Fuck
could
it.
play,
Why
he could
not?
play that Trevor Ariza role that you guys had a couple years ago.
Yeah.
No, Trevor Ariza sucked.
Trevor
He
Ariza
sucked.
was horrible for you guys.
Horrible.
Trevor Reese was horrible for like half a decade.
Trevor Ariza was a great Laker though his first time.
That's true.
He wasn't a bad Rocket.
Well, yeah, no, I'm talking about like towards the end of his
Oh
career.
yeah.
He
Once
was
he
on the
left the
Wizards.
Raptors,
But
the Thunder when he was on the Thunder for like a week.
oh yeah, and then he quit on him. Yeah.
That's Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder quit on the Grizzlies.
Yeah,
As he
Trevor
should.
Ariza was like trash for a minute before he retired.
So what big man do you think that the Lakers can get? I don't think because I'll say this. I don't think if you're extending the qualifying offers to Rui and Austin, plus bringing D'Lo back, I don't think you're gonna have the money for Brook.
The thing with we have since we traded Westbrook at the right time, I think that we're gonna get the non-taxpayer mid-level exception, which means that we'll get like a 1-year deal to someone for
The
like
mid-level.
12 mil for like 12 mil or something.
I don't think Brook's going for 12.
How old is Brook Lopez?
I also don't think Brook's taking a
35.
1-year deal. I do not think Brook is taking a 1-year deal.
How much longer is Brook Lopez like legit?
I think Brook's looking for a 3-year deal.
No way.
Bro,
No
Brook,
way a team's gonna
He's
give him a 3
35.
year. No
Bro.
way a team's giving him a 3-year, bro. There's no way.
He getting like 2 max.
Two the
He's
max.
35.
I think he'd get a 2-year
I think
extension with
2
Milwaukee.
with a
I think
team.
he'd
2
get
with a team. 2
2
No,
with
with
a
a
no,
team.
team. No, he's not taking a team option at this point in
No,
his
but
career.
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Because think if you're Brooke Lopez's agent, you have to be saying in his ear, look, you just came off a defensive player of the year type season, right? He was top 2 in voting.
Yeah.
Arguably could have been 1. Shot lights out from 3. And you could argue with how much Giannis went down, how much Chris Middleton went down, how much Drew Holiday went down. He took on a vital role for that team. And like if I'm his agent, if I'm his advocate who's telling him to make money, I'm not telling him, hey, sign a 1-year prove it deal where you're making where you're making 12 million. I'm telling him you can get paid.
All right, but at the same time, if I'm an NBA GM, why would I give it like a 3-year extension to a guy that's like?
Because if you can win a championship, if you can win a championship his first year after he signs the contract before the regression starts to hit, it's worth it.
Bro,
Is it
but I'm
not?
giving him a 3-year deal
Because
with
then
cap
you get
space.
handicapped for 2 years.
Yeah, you don't
handicapped
get
for 2
you
years.
like
So how about this?
the handicap for 2 years.
So Debo, tell me this then, right? Let's say the Celtics can have one perfect off-season signing, right? You guys run it back with your team, and you guys sign one player. We'll just say some magical player. I don't know his name, right? You sign him to a 3-year deal. The last 2 years, he does nothing. He's a 12th man on the roster, but he's making, well, let's just say 15 mil a year, right? So he's going to take up 30 mil a year, but you guys win the championship his first year he signs, and he's an integral part of the roster. Is it worth it? Is it worth it?
It's worth it for the
Short
1 year, yes.
Short term, yeah, but like long
you
term,
can't
like
handicap yourself for
we're
2
gonna
years.
get handicapped.
Okay, but you can also just trade that. You can
No,
trade
can't.
Bro,
contracts.
you can't.
No one's trading for that. No one's
No one's
trading for that
trading for
without
an
giving
old
up a pick.
for
Without
an
giving up
old
a pick.
bro. No one's
If you
trading for
touch a
an
pick,
old
nobody's
regression.
taking it.
Bro,
Without giving up a
almost-
pick.
That's what I'm saying. Every contract is movable with a pick. We've seen Davis Bertans'
But
contract.
why do that? Why do that? Why give up assets when you don't have to?
Because
you
if you're
handicap
winning a
yourself
ring,
in
what
the
does it
past.
matter? If you win a ring that first year, what does it matter if you're giving up an asset?
Hey, let me cut real quick. So, as a front office, then how as a unit, how is an organization can we like trade away a veteran piece who is regressing, so his value is going to be mad low, and
Yes.
2, he's going to be on a very like bloated contract where he's getting paid like money where it's not anywhere near his value at all as a player. And so if we're trying to offer that to other teams, we're gonna have to give up like other valuable pieces as well, such as like young talent and even draft capital as well to get rid of that said player.
Okay, I would argue this.
It's not a move.
I would argue this then, right? You win your championship because this is all I'm saying, right? I think it's worth paying Brooke Lopez if you can win that championship, right? Especially, right? Let's talk about Duncan Robinson, a guy who's making what, 19, 18 mil a year.
Yes.
We all said that looked like one of the worst contracts in the league. And then earlier today, we just said that contract don't look that bad.
It still is.
It's still a very bad contract.
It does. It is. But moments in the playoffs make contracts look a lot worse. If you have a guy and you win a championship with that guy, that contract instantly looks a lot better. It instantly looks a lot more easy. It instantly looks a lot more movable. It looks like, oh, maybe we can actually get an asset in return. Maybe we could just get a pick. Maybe we don't have to move him with a pick. There's a ton of different venues. Like even teams like the Mavericks right now. Like I know the Mavericks will look a lot different next season, but like if I have a player who's an expiring or not an expiring deal, but just doesn't have the most appealing contract, but yet has produced in the playoffs before, has helped me win before. If I'm the Mavericks right now with nothing on my roster and I have Luka, like why would I not give Luka a chance with him? Especially
I don't
pick too.
I don't think that Brooke Lopez is gonna get a 2 or 3. He's only gonna. I think he can get a 2-year extension with Milwaukee. I don't think he's getting a longer term deal with another team. I think at this point he's just gonna look. He's gonna say, "What do I want? What can I get? Where can I get it at?" Brooke Lopez is my dream signing. I don't think he's going to the Lakers. I think that we're gonna have to settle for someone like Mason Plumlee, or we're gonna have to look at Naz Reid. Even though he's 6'9", he's a floor spacer, and
You guys need. I was about to say Mason
Which
Plumlee's
one?
not a floor spacer.
I wouldn't mind having Mason Plumlee though.
He's not
He
bad.
would
He's not
he
bad.
would be like the Dwight Howard or the JaVale McGee that we previously had. Maybe even JaVale McGee, if he's a free agent, why not? Call him back. See if he's into it. See if he's into it, JaVale McGee. I think that he could have played valuable minutes for Dallas this season. I don't know what Jason Kidd was doing, but neither does
He would have been better than Christian Wood, I thought.
easily. And Dwight Powell. Dwight Powell sucks.
You guys could get Christian Wood. Christian Wood, I don't think they'll bring him back.
Why would don't no.
Don't do that. But look, and also Rob, Genie. This is more towards Genie. Genie Bus. You open that checkbook. You got to open up that checkbook. You have to open up that checkbook. A report just came out today. Hachimura is looking for somewhere in $15 million like annually range. Reeves is going to get at least that. Some people were saying Reeves could get the pool contract. I don't think he's getting the pool contract.
He's not getting that much.
He's not getting the pool contract.
He's going to get 18, 19 a year, I think.
He's not getting max money. No.
He's not getting max. He'll get 18 or 19. But the important thing is you don't. It's good to have players that are 82 game players. Reeves and Hachimura are 16 game players. Those dudes, they showed it in this postseason. They're great in the playoffs. They were fantastic for us for what we needed. You have to keep
the best player in the Nuggets series.
I would disagree, but it was great.
Who do you think was better?
Davis. I think AD. His game 4 performance. His game 4 performance overshadows like how good he was because he was horrible in game 4, but he was great that series.
His game 4 was bad. His game 1 was good.
His game 1 was amazing.
His game 1 was great, and yeah, he dropped like 35 and still got outplayed. Or
he dropped 40. He had like 40 and like 20. It was like 40 and 17 or something.
And he still got outplayed, which it just shows how good Jokic is.
That's insane. This man had 40 points and 17 rebounds. He got outplayed. But here's an offseason move that I know that we've talked too much about the Lakers, but Lakers sell. Yeah, think about it, bro. I think that why pay D'Angelo? I've said this before. I love the minutes that we had when Austin Reeves was the primary ball handler. Maybe he can't be as good as D'Angelo Russell. He's clearly never going to be as good as Kyrie Irving. But why not let him be your point guard? Why not make Austin Reeves your point guard and bring in and save that like $18 or $19 million that you would get to D'Angelo Russell or however much he wants, 20, 25, whatever. Save it and like put it elsewhere on the roster. Why not do that instead?
Bro, but the thing is, he's not a true point guard though. I'd rather have.
He's not a facilitator.
Honestly, you can run Brown at the 1. The last time you guys won a championship, Brown was listed as the 1.
Yeah, that was Frank Vogel though. Darvin Ham's not doing that.
Which I don't know. I think you guys.
And LeBron doesn't want to be that guy anymore. It's clear.
He does
too
like
old for this shit.
He's too old for it. Way too old.
At least in the Nuggets series, he tried to play more on ball. Warriors series was kind of mixed. It depended on the game.
Memphis was too physical for him. Memphis was too much for him. He didn't want to do it against Memphis. Dylan Brooks. He cooked him in that one game though. At the end.
Game 3 or game 4?
Game 4. Yeah, because we went up 3-1. Game 4 when he got the one.
Overtime one.
Yeah, my GOAT made a buzzer-beating layup. Steph Curry would never.
Wait,
wait. Derek White now has more game-winning playoff baskets than Steph Curry. I saw that.
Talk about it.
Hey, let the narratives cook. Let the agendas cook. You heard it from here first.
People gonna bring up the fact that Steph beat LeBron. Whatever. That doesn't fit my agenda. I don't care. It doesn't fit my agenda. That's irrelevant to me.
What would you rather? Because I think they're gonna warrant the same amount of money, and I don't know. In this hypothetical world, let's say the Knicks don't match. Would you rather have D'Lo or Emmanuel quickly?
Ooh, D'Lo.
Yeah, I would want D'Lo in my opinion.
I'm taking Quickly.
I don't know.
Quickly's defense is so underrated.
Quickly's too small, not like height wise. I think he's like a good 6'3", 6'2".
Nah, Quickly's a good defender. I promise you.
But length, there's size wise. D'Angelo at least has some muscle on him.
Anticipation, everything. He had multiple game-winning blocks for us this season. As crazy as it sounds, like
Really?
you can ask Owen. We literally witnessed one in person when he blocked Jamal Murray. Funny enough, like he had that in the Cavs series. Tom Thibodeau is quick to take minutes from players that aren't producing, and quickly was not hooping at all, at least on the offensive end yet. We still had to keep him in just because he was defending Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell really well.
That is one thing about D'Angelo I wish we could change.
That's what I'm saying. If D'Angelo's not hooping on the offensive end, he's not hooping at all.
Yeah,
To get called out like that in the media for like 3 straight games, to get called out like that and still like do nothing about it is crazy.
The funniest part was that man would take shots after the game just to shoot less shots the next game.
Oh my god!
He was throwing the bricks too.
After the game too, he was bricking. Like it was, it's bad when an NBA player is like missing in practice. It was bad. It just wasn't good, bro.
He was having struggles.
All right.
You think Lonnie's coming back?
Who?
Last one. You think Lonnie's coming back?
I would love for it to happen, but Lonnie Walker deserves a bag and consistent playing time. So
I think he's gonna do the Malik Monk thing.
yeah, he'll like go in the media and say, "I'd love to be back," and then like a day later go sign with another team.
He'd be nice on the Suns.
Fuck no, we cannot let him go to the Suns, bro.
Younger option. They do need bench depth. Has actual size as well.
They're gonna be worried about signing Okogie though. They got to keep Okogie.
They gotta keep Okogie. They gotta trade Ayton too.
Oh yeah,
they gotta do the Suns, man. They gotta do a lot of things.
They gotta get a head coach first. They gotta get a head coach first. Doc Rivers on the way. Rivers on the way.
No way, Doc. No way.
They lost to Nick Nurse sweepstakes.
They're going to hire Doc Rivers. I promise you they are.
Bro, they're not gonna hire
Doc Rivers and CP3 coming back for one last joke.
No, they're gonna poach Ty Lue, I think.
Hell no, he's not leaving this year. He can't. They would have done it by now.
They could trade a pick for him if they have any.
No, teams don't do that in the NBA.
Huh?
It's rare.
Yeah,
it is rare, but it's rare in the NFL too, and we saw it this year.
It's happened more. I don't even think that it's ever happened in the NBA.
But no. The Doc Rivers got traded to the Clippers from the Celtics. That's how it happened.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Shout out Dibo.
Y'all call me a fake fan. It's crazy.
Ooh, Dibo. Yeah. Dibo's a.
Yeah. Imagine the Clippers really traded all that for Doc Rivers, thinking they were about to win something.
All that? How much did they give up?
How much did they give up?
Yeah.
I think it was 1 first.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, I think that the Clippers have had so many teams, whether it was the Lob City Clippers or this Clippers current team, where like they're just complete underachieving.
The boys cursed.
Huh?
They're cursed.
They are cursed. They're like the Chargers.
Something's wrong with that franchise.
They're way too talented for their output.
They're cursed, and it's because of Donald Sterling.
It is because that's karma. That's karma.
What did he do?
You don't know what Donald Sterling did?
Nah, I mean I know what he did to get kicked out of the NBA, but what's wrong with it?
He did a lot of things. Of course, you know about.
Hey, I'm learning about it right now.
You know about the racism type, the racism situation, but he was a cheap owner. Cut corners.
Shout out Donald Sterling.
Only run for decades. So yeah, man. That's just the tip of the iceberg, though. So
shout out him.
Just the tip.
Pause. Yeah, you know him.
Pause.
Damn, bro, he's still alive too. He's 89.
Bro said that like he wants him dead.
Hey.
No.
Why does he have to say it?
No.
Why did you say it?
No, don't do that. No. Donald Sterling is an absolute, he should, when that does happens, he's going to burn in hell, of course.
Jesus Christ.
It's going to happen.
That's a terrible turn. Let's not talk about the Clippers anymore.
Yeah, it's going to happen, but still, like,
bad things happen when you talk about
Let's move on to the finals. Let's move on to the finals and make our prediction.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, this is a kids. This is for it's for the kids, man. This is a kid-friendly podcast. Come on, let's do this.
Dibo, who are you taking?
Oh, Heat or Nuggets?
Yeah.
This is gonna end, bro. It's gonna be over in 5. I had Nuggets in 5.
Danny?
I think I'm gonna have to agree with Debo. I don't think that the Miami Heat had the talent to like keep up. Grant, they haven't had the talent to keep up with like a lot of the teams that they've faced in the play. They haven't had the talent to keep up with any of the teams in the playoffs. But I watched this Denver team do some insane shit to the Lakers, bro. I'm traumatized. I seriously am. Who would have thunk that Nikola Jokic would be the one to send LeBron James into retirement? Like it was bad. Did you see the bullshit that they were making? I
Yeah.
have those videos saved on my
insane.
phone.
That was
Yeah.
insane
There
shot.
was that one. There was that one reply tweet that went viral where it was like, one person tweeted like, have you ever seen somebody make a shot that made her stomach just drop?
Yeah.
And like it was all of this bullshit, and it was every Nuggets like crazy shot they hit in the series.
Bro, they were making just some insane shit, bro. Nikola Jokic is too good. There's not one NBA player, there's not one human being on the planet who can stop him at doing whatever he wants to do on the court. Jamal Murray, I wonder how the Heat can match up. That's what I wonder. If you leave Jokic one on one, he's gonna fry. And we're lucky that Jokic doesn't like absolutely taking over games. Otherwise, this motherfucker would average 75 points a game if he really wanted to. We would be fucked that he likes to pass the ball.
That's not his game though.
If he wanted to just score, Jokic legit could average 70. And it's scary that he doesn't want to do that. But Bam's not gonna stop him. If AD couldn't, if Gobert couldn't, Bam's not gonna. Then you got Jamal Murray. Sure, you throw Jimmy at him, but like, how can Jimmy really realistically do that and have to produce on the offensive end?
Yeah, you
Caleb
can't.
Martin and all those players and Gabe Vincent and all. I don't see it. The Nuggets are too deep. They're too well coached, even though the Heat have the better coach. But I think I'm just gonna go Nuggets in 5, man.
Here's the thing. So
I hope I'm wrong.
when we were in the party earlier today. This was honestly like maybe 10 minutes before you joined, Danny.
Mm.
Me and Tyler were doing things that every sports fan does, right? Thinking ahead and trying to predict how we can win. So Tyler, as you saw, Weiler, Heat in 7, he was talking about how could the Heat beat the Nuggets in the finals, right? And we thought about two things that I don't think a lot of people have thought about. One, the Nuggets were the hottest team in the NBA, sweeping the Lakers. They couldn't miss a shot, played great against the Suns. Like they've had a lot of time off, and I wouldn't be surprised if they came out and killed the Heat in game 1, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they come out cold in the first half, just because they haven't had game action in a little bit. That's one. Two, this Heat team is also the best coached and most chemistry by far that the Nuggets have faced. If you think the Lakers and the Suns both assembled at the trade deadline, Lakers had a first-year head coach.
Yeah.
The Wolves were assembled at the beginning of the season, but Karl Anthony Towns missed the majority of the season. Rudy Gobert and Cal Anderson had chemistry issues. Like that was just a dysfunctional team and organization overall.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Heat are by far the best coached team that the Nuggets have faced. By far, have the most chemistry. So the Heat have those two things in their favor. The Heat also have been the underdogs in every series, whether it's the Bucks, the Knicks, the Celtics. They've been the underdogs and have upset every time.
I almost say the Knicks.
I had them against the Knicks. That was
the only bro. That was the only match.
That was the only time I had them winning.
Yeah.
That was the only time I had them
pull it
winning.
off.
No, well, yeah. But betting odds had them as the underdogs.
Okay.
All right.
Can I rebuttal your first statement?
Let me finish.
Oh, go ahead.
They've been the underdogs in every series. And with that being said, I still got Nuggets in 7. In 7.
You said 7?
7.
I don't think he's gonna go
this Heat team has been taken for granted too many times. I in my gut, I feel 5 like you guys, but every time I've said something like that, they've just made me look foolish. So I think they just have too much fight.
I want to say this about the Nuggets. You said about the time off. The Denver Nuggets had the first playoff game to start the playoffs, right? Because they played Minnesota. They had that week off, and then they played them last. They were the last game of the first round. Like the game ones, they were the last one. And they came out and they killed Minnesota. They beat them by like 30. I don't think time off matters to them. I don't think that it really matters to them. Especially when you have a guy like Jokic. He's going to keep you in the game for as long as possible.
That's fair. But they haven't had a week off.
They can come out and be cold, but
It's not gonna last long.
I'm
No, it's
actually
not.
expecting the Heat to come in and win Game 1 in Denver. I think that's gonna happen, but I don't see how much more they can do to beat this team.
It's gonna be a lot of spo. It's gonna have to be a lot of game plan.
I feel like the key
Jesus
for the Heat.
Christ, Cody Zeller's gonna have to play. Oh my God, that's
Nah,
disgusting.
Cody
That's
Zeller and
horrible.
Caleb are both out of their rotation.
They
Caleb
have to,
might get
they
some
have to
minutes.
throw
Well, you
bodies at
can't run
Jokic.
small against Denver.
They have to throw bodies at Jokic.
You
I was
can't
thinking
run
about this
small
though.
ball
Who's getting
against
the Bam
Denver.
assignment? Because ideally it would be Aaron Gordon, but if Aaron Gordon's defending
Oh,
Bam,
it doesn't matter who guards Bam. He sucks.
Bro, but
He can't
bro,
score.
you
but
can
Bam's ball
He
bro,
can't
handling,
Bam
score.
can get whatever.
no,
Bro,
Bam's ball handling would be a problem for Jokic.
dog, if
He's
Bam
not
is a
attacking,
20-piece, bro, if Bam is a 20-piece, bro, you can live with that.
and he's not gonna attack. He's like Jokic to the point where he doesn't look to get his own bucket. He runs the offense.
But you also got to think. I mean, it hasn't showed so far, but that drop coverage on the 3-point line is a lot worse on the Heat than it will be on the Lakers.
Yeah. The Nuggets run drop because Jokic, but I don't think that that's gonna matter too much. I just think that Denver's offense is just too elite.
Yeah.
Their offense will
It's so
beat
good.
Miami's defense anytime, and they'll clearly beat their offense anytime.
Can I say something though? My hot take that I've been kind of blue balling you guys on.
8
Okay.
and 6.
Jokic is signed till 2027, right?
Okay.
Jamal till 2025, Porter till 2027, Aaron Gordon till 2026, KCP till 2024, Christian Brown until 2026, Peyton Watson until 2026. Outside of Bruce Brown, they have no rotational player that's a free agent this upcoming offseason. Bruce
Okay.
Brown has a player option. I doubt he's going to accept it. I think he can get a bag this offseason the way he's been playing.
I think he will. Yeah.
A lot more than $6 million.
Jeez, his player options for $6 million.
Yeah, they have him for $6
Oh
million.
my God, what a steal!
Damn.
This is what I'm going to say though. The way the Nuggets play ball, their ball movement, the chemistry that the players have with one another, and the system that they have implemented, I don't want to say it's dynasty, but how far are we off from being there?
Very far.
Bro, I feel like when you look at the West, right, there's only one team that has these three factors: the superstar, the coaching, and the cohesiveness within the squad.
The
Like
Warriors?
longevity. Well, like and like the quality of the roster as well. Like there's only one team in the entire West that has those four factors, and that's the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not gonna sit up here and start talking about dynasty talk. They haven't even gotten one yet.
No, they have to get one.
They could, bro. They have a really good shot at getting
They
one.
have
Though.
a very good shot at
They
getting
do.
one. But number one,
They have
you
to
have
get
to
it.
understand teams are gonna come back and they're gonna come back better. I expect a lot more teams to come back and be better. I think the Clippers. Oh fuck, Kawhi's knees like pot roast. I don't want to.
Clippers, we say
No way
every
you
year,
said,
but
bro. No
it's
way
just
you said LA, bro. Like that train's done.
The Clippers, bro, they could still do it. Kawhi Leonard. I was watching some Kawhi ball today, and I fell in love again. I love Kawhi's game.
it's not crazy. It's not crazy, but it's like we talk ourselves into it every year just for the same thing to happen.
There's a lot of teams. Memphis is eventually gonna get their shit together.
But they're losing Dylan Brooks, and as funny as it is to
doesn't
say,
fucking
Dylan Brooks
matter.
is a big loss for them.
It's not that big.
No,
It's not that big.
It is. It is.
no.
He's a
Bro, Desmond
liability.
Bain and Ja cannot defend the perimeter.
It doesn't matter. They can find some
You want them to keep
OG Anunoby on the way in this offseason. Anunoby will be a Grizzly. He'll be a Grizzly.
They offered 3 picks they offered 3 unprotected, and they said no.
No, it's because he was trying to gauge the value. He literally he said it. Masai, he said that we were just gauging the value of our players.
I don't think
very
they're
weird
going to
offseason.
get OG this offseason though.
I'll move him. Why not? He's a free agent next year.
No,
Definitely not going to resign. Get the
He's
2
not.
or 3 first.
he's not. But I don't think they're going to. I don't know. I think the fact that Masai has seen 3, he's not going to do it unless they give him 3, and I don't think Grizzlies will give him 3.
They'll do it. They will do it. They'll do
I
it.
also
And
don't know what you're getting from Ja next year.
touchdown.
How much of Ja we're getting?
I think he's
You know,
getting suspended like
He'll
40
get suspended for 40
games.
games. He's getting a big
If
one.
John's suspended for 40 games, I don't think they'll have the chemistry in time for playoffs next year.
I'm not even talking about this. If we're talking about dynasty, we have to think about future. The Grizzlies eventually will be there.
Pelicans.
And then if we want to look at more short-term teams, I'm not counting out Golden State. I'm not counting out the Lakers. I'm not counting out the Clippers. I'm not counting out the Suns. Those are short-term teams who I think have a better chance or as good of a chance as Denver
Did you
to
say Phoenix?
win. Yes, at Phoenix.
What about Sacramento?
Nah.
That I'm talking short-term right now. These are short-term teams who I think can ruin Denver's dynasty, which you guys wanted to say. Those teams can ruin it in the short term. In the long term, Sacramento's not doing it.
Thunder.
Sacramento's not doing it. The Thunder could. Maybe depending on how good this kid is, maybe if he's really everything that we say he's going to be, Wembanyama could. Memphis can. Memphis can. If they get their shit together in the long term, they can.
I'm
The West
more
is going
impressed
to be
about the
very
Pelicans
good
than the
for a
Grizzlies
long
at this
time.
point.
Then you got to look at the East. Giannis isn't going anywhere. Tatum's not going anywhere. Who else is in the East that we care about?
But that's what I'm saying though. Here's what I'm saying though. They have these guys. They have these guys tied up for
They do.
a lot of years, for 3-4 years, right?
Mhm.
Their main core, the guys that are getting all PT, right? Jokic is only 28. Jamal's 26. MPJ, we like to make jokes about the back. It has not been a problem this year. He's only 24.
It eventually will be. It's continued to be a problem his whole career.
It's looked good though, so I don't want to jinx it, but it's
All
looked good. AG is 27. KCP is 30, but I think his game can age well. I don't think he relies on athleticism a ton. And then you have like guys like Christian Braun, who's 22, and Christian Brown and Payne Watson, who's 20. Like those guys are going to improve and become better rotational players.
But like I said, look, I'm not saying they can't. I do think eventually the Denver Nuggets will have a championship, and we won't be able to tease them in the group chat anymore, Debo.
For not having a ring.
They'll have a championship in the next 5 years. By the time Jokic's contract is done, they'll get a championship.
Bro, I've thought about it. It's going to be so depressing. I'm going to be the only one in the group chat that hasn't witnessed my team win a ring.
That's crazy. Well,
Debo technically has.
Debo technically has. But look, like I said, there's too many short-term teams and there's too many long-term teams to start even thinking about a dynasty when they haven't even won once yet. Are they going to lose? Probably not. Can they lose? Yes.
They can.
And then can it be a situation where they never reach the finals again? Yeah. That can happen. Y'all know that can happen. Minnesota, look, I tease the Timberwolves a lot, but they got Anthony Edwards there. Anthony Edwards he's the fucking future. If they get serious, bro, if the Timberwolves get serious, they can't. They don't have any picks.
Hey, no, you can't forget about Jaden McDaniels too.
Nah, we know about real hoops. He's a Laker.
No.
What you mean, bro?
Bro, but I still think like you say the Timberwolves. I think Anthony Edwards can go nuts, and I still don't think they can beat
No, they probably won't. I'm just saying those are like the amount of star players that are in the West right now that can, if their organizations become serious and if they do like what they're supposed to do, those are players that can rival what the Nuggets have.
Oh, rival for sure. I'm gonna say it like this. I don't think that the Nuggets go to become a dynasty without multiple game sevens, without multiple memorable Jokic or Jamal Murray performances. They're gonna need those, no doubt.
Any dynasty does, yeah.
But if let's say DraftKings or FanDuel comes to me and say, hey, we'll give you $100 free bet. You pick the next dynasty or the most likely dynasty for the next upcoming 5 years. I would put my money on the Nuggets.
I'd pick the Nuggets, yeah.
I would too. Man, they have the Batman, they got the Robin, they got the coach.
Yeah, Alfred's everywhere.
Bro. They got the home court. Nobody wants to talk about it, but Denver has become a battleground. It's become a fortress.
That's why they start off so well.
Yeah.
Because once the players say once you get your second win, it's fine, but you don't get your second win until like the second quarter. And by then, like you've already been decimated.
Yeah. And the Nuggets are becoming smart. My bad, Dibo, but I just gotta get this in. Like, I felt like they almost game planned for the Lakers, knowing the altitude was a factor. Like that first quarter in Game 1, they had no intent other than to run.
No, we're just old. like lazy.
Yeah, and it showed throughout the series too. The transition defense was horrible at times.
Piss poor. Oh my god, it was bad.
Like, well, because the Lakers they were down a lot throughout the series as well. And when you're trying to catch up from like a huge deficit, you can't allow like buckets inside as well in transition, and that's what we saw all series.
Yeah. That's what it was. And they killed us on the glass too, especially in game 1 and game 2. It was bad. I don't think that we won a single rebounding battle all 4 games. But one thing that really pissed me off was we lost this series. We lost by a combined 24 points. 24 points was the deciding factor in the series.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like we lost bad. If you like look at every single loss that we had and you combined it, 24 points was the
He already
total.
did the math. He already did the math.
24 points was the total, bro. It was that hurts.
That's an
'Cause
average of
Lakers-
6 points per game.
yeah.
And it's
2
we had
possession game.
LeBron.
Yeah, but back to the Nuggets. You had all those elements together. Like I said before, and you have a series title contender that's gonna last for like at minimum like 3-5 years to come. So whether or not the Nuggets are gonna win this year or not, bro, they're here to stay. They've been here to stay for like the past few years now as well. When they're 100% healthy. So, hey, the NBA, the national TV media, all the talking heads, they just got to deal with it.
I agree. Last thing, a lot of people are saying that, oh, this finals might not get the views. It doesn't have the LeBron in it. It doesn't have the sexy names in it. Agree or disagree?
Well, we talked about it, me and Danny, we talked about that, about us wanting a Lakers Celtics finals. I think it was like a couple episodes back. If y'all listen to this right now and y'all find that clip, hey, we were trolling, so we're gonna still watch the finals because
Nah, they weren't trolling. They weren't trolling. Hate on them in the comments.
we wanted Lakers Celtics because we're Lakers Celtics fans. Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Nah, they said nobody would watch otherwise. Hate them in the comments.
Yeah, nobody should watch these finals, bro. I don't know why people be bringing up ratings, like, bro. No one fucking cares. You
Enjoy
don't.
the
It's
game
not money in
yourself.
your
Oh
pocket,
man,
bro.
that is elite pocket watching too. Like, why do you care about old white people like with their money? I don't get that.
It's not the money going into your pocket. I'll watch these finals because the fuck else am I gonna watch?
Exactly.
Nothing else. There's nothing else on, and bro, it should be interesting, bro.
No, and it's gonna be fun because like I think that like for the casual fan, I don't think a lot of fans have watched Jokic. I think that's why
Yeah.
the Bleacher Reports, House of Highlights, NBA were all posting his highlights. Like I think this is gonna be the first time for them to see the Nuggets play. I think the Nuggets arguably play the most attractive brand of basketball in the league right now. And then I also think for the old heads, you're gonna be able to watch the best defensive team in the playoffs, the best defensive team in the league overall. And it's Jimmy versus a 2-time MVP. It's Bam versus Jamal. You got Michael Porter Jr., who's going to splash out of nowhere for one game. Duncan Robinson will match him. It's like you got all these undrafted players for one team and high picks on the other. So, I mean, it'll be a good collision.
It should be a good series. Do I really care who wins? I mean, just someone who lives in Colorado, not really. I mean, it's not like I can't show my face at the parade.
I will be there. I will be there.
I mean, I would want to.
We all gotta pull up. We all gotta pull up there.
I can't.
It's
You
not
know, I'll go.
ridiculous.
I'll go. Why not? And I told Tyler, and I told Dibo and Matt, I'm extending the invitation to you, man. If the Heat win a championship, bro, we're flying to Miami. We're going to that parade.
I will not be there.
You will be there because you're paying for my ticket.
You know how much, bro? That it's gotta be expensive.
Bro, I was with Stapley and Nick earlier tonight, and we are like, can you imagine if this game happened on like a Friday or Saturday, where the Heat win Game 7 and you were in Miami? Can you imagine the bars and the parties tonight?
Man, they know he feels like that in Miami, bro.
Oh, what? It's Miami. Miami's lit.
Miami.
Miami is lit already. You had a Game 7 win to the finals.
I'm going to Miami if they win the championship, and I'm going to be at the parade. I don't care.
Oh,
As long as Matt pays for my ticket, I'll be there.
We'll be like another carnival.
You're my sugar daddy. Don't you gotta pay?
Nah, bro. You can pay for my Spirit airline ticket. It's like 15
Beat me on
bucks.
FIFA and I'll pay. Beat me on FIFA and I'll pay.
I literally beat you this morning.
Wow.
I legit beat this dude this morning.
Tell that to Kovacic. Tell that to Kovacic.
You should have started Jorginho.
Should have started Jorginho.
Oh my God! Nobody cares about your FIFA game.
Nah,
Debo don't care because he don't got a
You don't
PS5,
understand
y'all. It's
the Kovacic
2023. Debo don't got a PS5. Grown
Are
man.
you saying I'm broke?
Spit.
I am saying you broke.
Ah, that's tough.
Hey, that's funny. If y'all talk about the GOAT debate, you'd be able to get a PS5.
Hey,
Well,
man.
looks like Debo won't be getting a PS5.
Hey, man. With consistency and good content, you'll be able to, to get that bag soon in the near
Does
future.
Stephen A have good content?
I mean, it's entertainment, so yeah.
It is entertaining.
All right, and that's entertaining.
Nah, everything else is entertaining.
Come on, man.
That Knicks talk, let's be honest, Stephen A. Knicks talk is the most entertaining. Except recently.
It's fake as hell.
It's fake as hell.
I don't like it anymore. It used to be fun, but it's
When
fake as hell.
Porzingis got traded, bro, it was peak. It was peak. When
Bro.
James Dolan was like in the news every other day, it was peak.
Nah, when he was like talking smack about Phil Jackson too. Yo,
Oh yeah.
Your first move as the president of basketball operations was to hire Lamar Odom, who was on
crack.
No, that's the most iconic. That's so iconic. Bro, if we want to talk about ratings though, how much do you think a Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith reunion would pull?
Oh my god! Like if they had like a sit down like Kobe and Shaq.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
it's going platinum. I'll be there.
Platinum, bro. I'll be there.
that shit would be insane.
Oh, you know how many
Hey,
classic
someone set that
debates,
up. Someone set that up.
bro? You know how many classic
Live on
debates
Lunchroom
they had
Debates.
like
Live
that,
on Lunchroom Debates.
bro? But like,
Having a lunchroom debate.
no. But y'all do understand like the amount of classic debates they had over the years on First Take, bro. Generational debates.
Classics.
It's like 8 in the morning, just yelling about like role
8 in the
players.
morning.
Oh, bullshit.
One of them yelling about LeBron is the GOAT. One of them yelling LeBron isn't even top 10.
Yeah, and it was entertainment, bro. It was peak entertainment. You don't understand, man. It was peak entertainment.
Bro, there was this one. It was after the 2016 finals when the Cavs came back down from 3-1. This man Skip went on air and was like, "No, they should give him Finals MVP to Kyrie."
Kyrie. Yeah, the day after he was talking about Kyrie Irving. I watched that one live.
Bro, I went back on YouTube and I've watched that like 5 or 6 times.
That's facts. Well, what other classic ones? Oh, I remember when Skip said like Tim Tebow is he pulls in more ratings than like Kobe Bryant. He pulls in more ratings
He's
than
more
Kobe.
popular than Kobe.
You remember when Skip Bayless said that Johnny Manziel would be bigger in Cleveland than LeBron?
Bro,
I think Skip's best moment. I think y'all might got to pull this up if for a reel or something. Skip's best moment is when he showed up in a full LeBron outfit and was shooting bricks. That's Skip's best moment.
that too.
That's his
Yeah.
best moment.
Didn't Shannon do that for Undisputed?
But he showed up in a GOAT outfit. Yeah.
Like he was wearing like a goat mask with the LeBron jersey.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, we can't forget about the Thiago Splitter one. The Thiago Splitter segment.
That one went platinum on lunchroom
classic.
debates. That one went platinum on lunchroom.
That one already got a lunchroom debates reel.
Yeah.
Dude, that was funny.
Thiago Splitter with who cares?
I think he was talking about Rudy Gobert too. I think that's when he referenced that.
That's what I was talking about, Gobert.
Yeah.
It was because when
because he got suspended for the play.
Yeah.
It was funny. Yeah.
What else? I had something in my mind and I completely forgot. Oh, but Stephen A. got Max Kellerman fired. We all know that.
Yeah.
We all know who
why? Because Max Kellerman was blacker than Stephen A.
Shout out Terrell Owens, man. Shout out
Hey,
Terrell Owens.
My fault. Shout out Stephen A. But that was funny.
Whatever happened to what is it? Ryan Hollins?
Ryan Hollins had a legacy run for like a month.
Bro,
You know, Ryan Hollins.
It was the worst legacy run. It was the worst legacy run. They had no hits.
No. He has one hit. Ryan Hollins was legit the only dude who thought that Luka would be a very good basketball player.
Yeah, I do remember that.
He's the only one who thought Luka would be like this good.
Yeah.
That's the best thing Ryan Hollins ever did on that TV show.
Hold on, who did he say was going to be like the best duo? He said, I remember there was something that went viral. It was, I think he had like, it might have been CJ and Dame as the best duo in the league.
I think it was.
And that was when like Clay and Steph were still in their primes. And that was the first year. That was the first year of Kyrie and KD.
Oh yeah, he said something stupid like and I remember the other dude was arguing with him like they're better than KD and Kyrie. They're better than KD and Kyrie.
Oh, you know who was hilarious on TV? He was a white guy. White guy, first take. Brownish, black hair.
Yeah,
Will
Kane, thank you.
Will Kane.
He's
He's
on
on
Fox
Fox
now.
News now.
He's a racist now, sadly.
Bro, he changed.
He's a sexist. He's a sexist now and a racist.
Bro, he changed up so quick once he got that Fox money too.
I would too, bro. They could be giving bags at Fox.
You see what Tom Brady's making?
Yeah, but I'd call you like the craziest slurs ever for them bags that they be giving out on Fox. Oh my god. I mean, I already do it now for free, but I'd call you the craziest slurs, bro.
Hey,
bro, they be getting paid on Fox.
Who do you think is the worst person in sports media before we get out of here?
The worst person?
I got a name in mind.
Well, not Skip.
It's not Skip. Skip could talk ball when he really does.
It's not Skip. It's not Skip, but it's same network for my guy.
Ooh, that's tough for me. I'm gonna go Chris Broussard. I just don't like his voice.
He's all right.
Yeah, I just don't like his voice.
He's fine.
Mine was Nick Wright.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nick Wright. He's too much of a LeBron dick eater.
He hates on Jokic too. Absolutely hates on Jokic.
Yeah. He doesn't respect him.
Shoot. I'm gonna have to go with Kendrick Perkins.
No, Perk's funny.
Well,
Perk started off these years.
He's a horrible analyst too.
Perk got what I would say. Perk got Embiid the MVP over a black-white discussion.
Yeah, bro. That man Owen was talking about it too. The other episode as well.
Bro, why can't look? The MVP doesn't even matter that much. But why can we just not accept that Embiid had the better regular season?
I don't know.
What?
Yeah, but I want to think about other people in sports media who aren't good. LaShawn McCoy.
LaShawn McCoy sucks. I don't know why he keeps do this.
Or LaShawn McCoy, running back.
Oh, LaShawn McCoy.
Dude, I'll be on Fox like a couple days, just like channel scrolling. And I see like the show he's on, like Speak with Emmanuel Acho and like Joey Taylor in them, and I'm like, bro, like
he hates too much. He still thinks he's like top tier.
Yeah, he's not articulate as well with his points.
Dak is ass.
No, you know who's not. You know he's not on like TV, but Chris Haynes is not articulate. When I watch him like on games reporting,
I don't mind him. He's not even a real reporter. I unfollowed him after the Jabari Smith incident.
Dude, bro.
He said Jabari Smith was gonna go number 2, and that clearly didn't happen.
Dude,
Jabari Smith was gonna go 1 for a while to everybody.
Yeah, but that man's supposed to be a reporter. He went and tweeted it out the morning of the draft that Jabari Smith was gonna get picked at 2.
No, man.
Chris Haynes is like best friends with all the current players, though.
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry, but Chris Haynes, it's just not real. It's not real journalism. I'm sorry.
Oh,
it's not.
Who y'all team Woj or team Shams? I'm team Woj.
You know who I am.
I'm team Woj.
Shams. I'm go Shams.
I'm team Woj. I'm sorry. I look just for the simple fact that we can get Woj bombs. I just love a Woj bomb.
Woj is a little overhyped because he works for ESPN.
No, it's here's why. Here's the thing. Shams is gonna shit on Woj in free agency every time. Every time Shams shits on him.
Woj will shit on him in the trade deadline though.
Exactly. Because it's because of who they're connected with. Shams is connected with agents. and Woj is connected with teams because of the ESPN money.
Here's the real one, and I think this one's more of an easier one. Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter?
Rappaport.
I agree.
Easily Rappaport.
I agree.
Rappaport clears. Oh
I
my
agree.
God. Rappaport be watching him. You know who's coming for that spot though?
Who?
Pelissero. Pelissero is coming for
Pelissero?
that spot. Pelissero is coming for that spot.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ian Rappaport. He be doing a Pat McAfee show. He always
Every
takes time out
Tuesday.
of his day.
Every Tuesday.
But yeah, they just have him on the show at like the most random times. It'd be funny too.
Bruh, you remember when he got? Who did he get? Didn't he get the call for Dwayne Haskins when he got signed by the Steelers?
What?
Did you get it? He got it live?
Yeah, he got live. He's like, okay, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. And like
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
10 minutes
I didn't
later,
know
he tweeted like Dwayne Haskins is signing like a minimum with the Steelers.
I had no clue.
Damn, it's
Pat
crazy.
McAfee show. Good listen though.
Yeah, he's gonna take Max Kellerman off the airways for good.
Oh,
It's not
oh
good.
yeah, right. He is gonna be on ESPN. That's true.
Get Max back on First Take and
You
save
think
that show.
I hope AJ goes with him to ESPN.
Yeah.
They just need to, bro. They need to set it up how it's like already set. Just 1 hour, have it like how it is.
I
I
hope
don't know, but because of like
ESPN.
ESPN, Disney, and stuff like that, like FCC restrictions,
Yeah.
there's obviously gonna be like some changes.
Or it's gonna suck because like they be drinking, they be having cigars, and it helps their conversation flow. It helps them like break the ice with guests sometimes. And obviously they can talk sober. Like let's not be ridiculous. Like Pat McAfee's one of the best in the game, but like I feel like it adds a little something to their show.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, yo, bro, we've been talking for like nearly 2 hours, bro. Let's end this, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bro, it's like it's almost
probably
midnight.
midnight.
You know what you got to crop out though, Debo.
Oh yeah, I know,
Yeah, facts.
man. I thought I had it on mute, bro. Stupid.
All right, bro. Wrap it up, bro. Wrap it up
Yeah.
somewhere.
All right, again, follow us on all social media platforms: YouTube, TikTok, and IG. All with the handle at Lunchroom Debates. Thank you guys so much for the love and support over these past few weeks on all set platforms. We appreciate the love, and we're gonna keep posting great content like this and more videos, more reels like this in the near future. So thank you all for the support.
Hey, we do one episode a week every Monday, basically, right? Let's be honest. We're at like 800. I think we're at 800 on the dot on Instagram, and we're at 40. We're at 4,800 on TikTok. Get us to 5K on TikTok. Get us to 1K on Instagram, and we'll do something special next episode. Got my word.
Go debate. Go debate. Go debate.
I won't respond.
And we'll think about that at a later time. But again, thank you all for the love and support, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.